So ever since I fell in love with this sport, there's been one thing that I've constantly heard that just never sat right with me.
Greatest fighter to ever live, ever, is fucking Jon Jones.
And yeah, no questions asked, he is one of the best ever. But the way that people talk about him like he's miles ahead of everyone else, that's where I disagree. And personally, he's not my number one. So the first thing I want to say, this whole GOAT thing, it's very, very, very subjective. All the guys that people bring up in that conversation, they were the best of their era, their weight class, or both. And none of them actually fought each other, because if they did, we'd definitively be able to know who's the best. But since that never happened, all we can really do is theorize, debate, and compare resumes. So if you think GSP's the GOAT, or Mighty Mouse, or Anderson Silva, or whoever, that's cool with me as long as you can justify why and you're not just talking out of your ass. But when you say Jon Jones is the undisputed GOAT, that's where I gotta stop you. Because to me, he's at best just as much of a candidate as everyone else in that conversation. So when these Jon Jones fans try to gaslight us into thinking he's the GOAT, the first thing they'll tell you is that he's undefeated. And I'm here to tell you that that's a fucking lie. So yeah, we all saw him lose to Dominic Reyes, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about the fight itself, but let's be honest, Reyes won rounds 1, 2, and 3, thus winning the fight. And just because they, for whatever reason, gave it to Jon Jones doesn't change reality. But the problem isn't that he lost the fight, because just like with wins, we always take losses in context. But the context of this Dominic Reyes loss makes it even worse, because he went on to be exposed as an absolute fraud. Like, I'm really supposed to believe that it's just a coincidence that he looked like an all-time elite fighter when he fought against you, but then went on to get chinned in ridiculous fashion by basically anyone that's considered good that he fought after that. Even Ryan Spann chinned him. So in hindsight, it's really not a good look that you not only lost to him, but for 25 full minutes, you look like you were on the same exact level as Dominic Reyes, and that says a lot. And if I'm being honest, that's not the only stain I found on his record. Even though Dana White is still out here trying to make this motherfucker look vicious, his resume tells a whole different story.
I'm gonna say it right here, right now. The greatest fighter to ever live, ever, is Jon Jones.
Bro had super close decisions, not just with Dominic Reyes, but also with Gustafsson and Thiago Santos, who, by the way, messed up his knee early in the fight and still took Jon Jones to a split decision. Yeah, that's not my GOAT, buddy. And honestly, to me, the worst part about the Reyes loss is that he didn't even... I remember Reyes being obsessed with getting that rematch just for Jon Jones to go ghost for years and then move up to heavyweight. So yeah, that's a loss that went unanswered, unlike some of the other GOAT's losses. So yeah, he's not undefeated. Let's just put that out there. And my second reason as to why he's not my GOAT is because he's a fucking cheater. And I mean that in every sense of the word. This man will cheat before the fight by using performance enhancers, and then he'll cheat during the fight too by poking your eyes. And I know you're probably like, those eye pokes were accidental. Well, watch this and tell me what you think.
So Daniel Cormier is saying before the fight that I'll end up poking him in the eyes at some point. And the reason why he says that is because I do poke people in the eyes, and it's very illegal, but I...
That's actually crazy, because he gaslit people by actually admitting it, just so they think, there's no way he's admitting it, so it must be a joke. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually smart as fuck. And I know that he's trying to be sarcastic to some extent, but there's definitely some truth behind that when I can pull up 30 pictures of him actually poking people in the eyes. It's not really a joke at that point. And about the PEDs, I can give him a pass for the first one, because at that point, I think everyone was on it. But to get caught and then come on camera and cry like this, just to do it again, nah, I can't accept that. And the third reason he's not my GOAT is because being the GOAT isn't a skill or a resume thing. It's also about honor. And Jon Jones did way too much weirdo shit on the side to ever be that guy. But I'm not gonna go too deep into that. And the fourth and final reason why I don't think Jon Jones is the GOAT is because he spent a whole year ruining his legacy by running from Tom Aspinall. Like, I'm not even an Aspinall fan, but it was getting embarrassing watching Jon Jones be scared of that guy.
Out to the street, bro. I will beat your motherfucking ass.
And the reason I think Tom Aspinall would win in a matchup between them is because Jon Jones thinks Tom Aspinall would win in a matchup between them, which is why he's refusing to fight him. Like, how are you the champion and you're making Tom Aspinall, who's the interim champion, literally beg you for a title shot? Like, isn't it actually your fucking job to fight him? And then you're gonna make him wait this whole time just to randomly retire? Yeah, just say you're scared, bro. So if you've heard all that and you still think he's the greatest of all time, that's okay, that's your opinion. But you have to understand that all this information is enough to have him excluded from other people's lists. And as long as you can accept that, then you're accepting that he's not the undisputed GOAT. He's just one of the candidates. And before you go around saying it, ask yourself this. Does your GOAT need to poke eyes to win? Does your GOAT need performance-enhancing drugs to win? Does your GOAT have unfinished business he never settled? If the answers are no, then it's not Jon Jones. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Don't forget to hit that sub button too, because you never know when I'm gonna drop another banger. And thank you so much to everyone that subbed already. Fuck Jon Jones, y'all the real GOATs. Anyways, until next time, my friends.